First thing that happened, first day, was my arm was shaking really bad while I was waiting. But during the treatment, it stopped shaking, and the shaking's been much better in my right arm since.
I saw a definite improvement in my tremor.
I haven't had any pain in my left foot at all. I told my husband when he left today that I feel the most normal that I have felt in 8 years.
I've noticed I'm freer, I'm walking better.
My diagnosis is MS, and I was diagnosed in 1997. And I was totally cane dependent. I was able to start walking without a cane, and was able to stand taller and stand longer, and it felt great.
I have widespread nerve pain. The condition is called fibromyalgia, and I experience burning pains throughout my body. I did the 4th treatment this morning, and this is the first time in a long time that I am not experiencing any pain, any burning right now.
You know, you can't help being touched by seeing somebody almost doing a jig afterwards. Last night it happened with a gentleman with Parkinson's, and you know, you can see he's having great difficulty moving, and then after the treatment, he virtually came dancing out of the room, and it's really quite impressive.
Probably the most dramatic moment for me has nothing to do with me. It has to do with my husband, who suffered a stroke almost 2 years ago. And when he looked down and realized the difference in the hand that's been most destroyed by the stroke, when he looked down and realized that he actually had more movement in it, my eyes are going to well up, because that was probably the most exciting moment for me.
What was happening the last few weeks, I was shuffling, which is really horrible. And I'm not doing that anymore. My legs were feeling very, very heavy, so I was barely lifting them, and I was just kind of shuffling along. But since I've had the treatments, my legs feel lighter, and I'm walking with normal steps now.
I went to visit my doctor yesterday, and he checked my blood and noticed that the color of my blood was so much better than it had ever been. And he told me to go back there, which I did. And so I noticed an instant change, and a scientific one, because we're, looking at the blood.
My stomach problems are gone, my headaches are gone, and my back is not hurting. Totally awesome.
My pain almost immediately went away, and I felt really relaxed, and I had a really good feeling after the therapy.
I physically feel much better. The heat is returning to my body. The energy is returning. I'm starting to feel younger.
So she told me after her first session was on, what she said was that the deep-seated ache in all of her joints was gone. Yeah, creeped back in a little bit on the second day, eased up again, and today she's in heels.
I definitely felt much more flexibility in my problems' knees, and they were definitely better.
And then you had Linda, who came in a wheelchair, and she walked out by herself on the first day. After treatment, that takes about half an hour.
There was the first night when I had my first treatment with Azarn, and after it was done, and he asked me first to come to the chair, and I was having trouble, and had someone on one side and someone on the other helping me walk over to the chair, and which is pretty normal for me. But then when I was finished with the treatment and had to come back to the chair, he just took my arm, and I didn't walk perfectly, but I did much better on my way back, and then everybody applauded, and that was so sweet, I thought, so encouraging, and I appreciate that. And I think the group was very encouraging.
I felt a great welcoming and a nurturance, which is the foundation for healing.
I always enjoyed doing this just because Not that I see the changes that happen, but for myself, it gives rise to this very natural joy that just comes naturally from inside.
It's definitely something that has, I think it's touched both of us. And definitely something that we need to explore and continue and just kind of try and get our hands around or harness the energy that's out there, make her better.
I love the group because to see people when they first walk in the door and then to see what happens to them day by day, it's profound. It's really profound. And so it's a gift to be able to participate in this.